What if I told you that North Korea built a 105-story skyscraper designed to be the tallest hotel in the world, but after more than 3 decades, not a single guest has ever checked in? The Ryugyong Hotel is a pyramid-shaped colossus towering 330 meters over Pyongyang and was meant to be a symbol of power and progress. It promised 3,000 luxury rooms, 5 revolving restaurants, and state-of-the-art amenities. But despite reaching its full height in 1992, its doors have never opened. Financial struggles, structural flaws, and shifting priorities turned it into one of the world's most infamous unfinished buildings. So what really happened to the Ryugyong Hotel? And why, after multiple failed revivals, does it still stand today? Let's find out. The late 1980s were a time of rapid change and fierce competition. Across the Korean peninsula, South Korea was growing fast. Its economy was surging, modern skyscrapers were reshaping its skyline, and the country was gearing up to host the 1988 Summer Olympics, an event that would put it on the global stage like never before. But in the north, things were different. North Korea couldn't let this moment pass without a response. It needed to prove that it too was capable of grand achievements, something that would send a clear message to the world. If the South had Olympic stadiums and cutting-edge developments, the North would outshine them with a towering architectural marvel of its own. The answer? A hotel unlike anything ever seen before. And so, in 1987, the Ryugyong Hotel project was born. Named after an ancient title for Pyongyang, meaning capital of willows, this wasn't just going to be a hotel, it was going to be a symbol. At 330 meters, it would tower over everything else in the city, making it the tallest hotel in the world. Its design was bold and futuristic, featuring 3 massive, 75-degree sloping wings that would converge at the top in a pyramid-like shape. But height alone wasn't enough. North Korea envisioned a luxurious, world-class destination, one with over 3,000 rooms, 5 revolving restaurants, and lavish suites designed to attract foreign investors. The plan was clear. The Ryugyong Hotel would stand as a beacon of North Korean power, proving that Pyongyang could match or even surpass Seoul. The Ryugyong Hotel was supposed to be ready for the 1989 World Festival of Youth and Students, North Korea's answer to the Seoul Olympics. This was a chance for the regime to showcase its strength, prestige, and ability to stand toe-to-toe with the capitalist world. To make it happen, North Korea funneled an estimated $750 million into the project, a staggering sum that accounted for nearly 2% of the country's GDP at the time. For a while, it seemed like the vision was becoming reality. Construction surged forward, and by 1992, the hotel's concrete frame had reached its full height, an imposing giant that loomed over Pyongyang. But then, without warning, everything ground to a halt. The cranes stopped. The workers disappeared. The grand dream that was meant to redefine North Korea's future was now nothing more than a hollow, unfinished shell. So, what went wrong? The answer lies in North Korea's crippling financial struggles. By the early 1990s, the country's economy was in freefall. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 dealt a devastating blow. North Korea lost its most important trading partner and the vital financial and material support that had kept its economy afloat. With foreign investments drying up and resources growing scarce, the government faced a harsh reality. It simply couldn't afford to continue such a massive construction project. Then came the final blow. In 1992, with no money left to fuel its grand ambitions, North Korea halted all work on the Ryugyong Hotel. Just like that, the once celebrated project was abandoned. The hotel had reached its full height of 330 meters. But beyond its towering structure, it was nothing more than an empty husk. No windows, no plumbing, no electricity, no interiors. And then there was the crane. Perched at the top of the unfinished skyscraper, a rusting construction crane sat motionless for 16 years, an eerie symbol of a project frozen in time. But financial struggles weren't the only problem. Structural flaws also played a role in the hotel's downfall. Unlike modern skyscrapers that rely on steel frameworks for flexibility and efficiency, the Ryugyong Hotel was built primarily with reinforced concrete, a much heavier and less adaptable material. This design choice limited its structural integrity and made construction far more challenging. Some reports even claimed that the elevator shafts were misaligned, raising serious concerns about safety and usability. And with North Korea's outdated construction technology and lack of access to advanced materials, finishing the building properly may have been impossible from the start. If that wasn't enough, international sanctions only made matters worse. With North Korea cut off from the global economy, foreign investors who could have revived the project were nowhere to be found. No major companies were willing, or even able, to step in and complete the job. So how did the North Korean government respond to this colossal failure? By pretending it didn't exist. For years, the Ryugyong Hotel was erased from maps, removed from photographs, and left out of official statements, as if wiping it from public memory could undo the embarrassment. But despite its ghostly presence, the building was never demolished. Its massive size and prime location made tearing it down impractical, while the cost of completing or even repurposing it remained far beyond reach. But was this the end of the story? Not quite. In 2008, something unexpected happened. Orascom Group, an Egyptian telecommunications company, stepped in, breathing new life into the long-forgotten skyscraper. But was this the long-awaited revival of the Ryugyong Hotel? Not exactly. The plan wasn't to finish the interior or open the doors to guests, it was simply to hide the hotel's unfinished state. Over the next 3 years, workers covered the exposed concrete with a sleek glass facade. By 2011, the transformation was complete. The once crumbling giant now gleamed under the Pyongyang sun, its mirrored panels reflecting the sky like a futuristic monument. To an outsider, it looked complete. Impressive, even. But appearances can be deceiving. Behind the shiny new exterior, the hotel remained completely hollow. No rooms, no running water, no working elevators. The $180 million spent on the makeover did nothing to make the building functional. Despite this, hope briefly returned. In 2012, an announcement was made. The Ryugyong Hotel would finally open, with a partial launch scheduled for 2013. There were talks of luxury accommodations, office spaces, and even a high-end restaurant. But once again, the plan collapsed without explanation. No guests arrived, no staff was hired, and no grand opening ever happened. The project was quietly abandoned again. Then in 2018, the hotel found a new purpose. Instead of a luxury landmark, it became a massive propaganda tool. LED screens were installed on one side of the building, turning it into the largest digital billboard in North Korea. At night, the Ryugyong comes to life with vivid animations, displaying political slogans, revolutionary imagery, and national symbols. The glowing facade gives an illusion of grandeur, but the inside remains dark, silent, and empty. So, will the Ryugyong Hotel ever open its doors? The odds aren't looking good. North Korea has spent decades trying and failing to complete this towering relic. Today, 4 major obstacles stand in the way, making its completion highly unlikely. First, there's the issue of money. North Korea simply doesn't have the financial resources to finish the hotel. Completing the interior alone could cost billions of dollars, an impossible sum for a country already under severe economic strain. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, North Korea lost a crucial financial backer. Since then, international sanctions have only tightened the grip on its economy. And with military development taking priority over luxury hotels, further investment in the Ryugyong is highly unlikely. Then comes the even bigger problem, the structure itself. Reports suggest serious design flaws, meaning finishing the hotel could require major repairs or even a full redesign. And even if the funds and structural fixes somehow materialized, there's another roadblock: foreign investment. Global sanctions make it illegal for most companies to do business with North Korea, and no private investor is willing to gamble on an unstable economy. Even past foreign partnerships, like the one that helped clad the exterior in glass, never led to the completion of the interior. Finally, there is no real demand for a 105-story luxury hotel in Pyongyang. North Korea receives very few foreign visitors, and its isolated economy means there is little need for such a massive hospitality project. Even if the hotel were completed, it would likely remain empty. But for now, the Ryugyong Hotel remains a hollow, unfinished monument, a towering symbol of an idea that never became reality. Will the Ryugyong Hotel ever be completed, or is it destined to remain one of the most mysterious abandoned buildings in history? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest content.